Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. So, topic, today's video, we are going to be talking about how to stop breakup pain. So, I'm sure you must have watched a lot of videos on this subject, but I have mentioned here few points as to how we can try and come out of the breakup pain, or how we can release the hurt, the painful thoughts that we carry about our ex person, about our ex lover in our life. So let's get into it. The first one here is talking about it with people whom you trust or with a therapist. So make sure that you discuss about your problem, about your relationship or a situationship, whatever issue that you're going through or whatever situation you are facing in your life when it comes to relationships or love situations with somebody who is very close, who is very trustworthy. It could be your friend, it could be a therapist. Sometimes we don't feel comfortable talking things to a friend because we have that insecurity that the person might go and say things to somebody else. But if you feel that you have a friend who is really reliable, whom you can depend on, then don't hesitate to share your thoughts or to share your inner feelings with such a person. In case you don't have a person like that, if you have a sibling, some people are very lucky, they have a sibling like that, who is very kind, very considerate, very sweet, and is willing to listen to what you have to tell them, and they would not get judgmental about you. They would not criticize you or judge you harshly. So you can share your true feelings, your thoughts, your actual pain, whatever you're going through with your sibling. In case you don't have a supportive friend or a sibling, in that case you can consider visiting a therapist, because when you're talking to a stranger, the other person can give you a very unbiased opinion about the situation or about the behavior of the other person, your partner, I mean to say, whoever it is, whether it's a male or a female, a he or a she. So if you go to a therapist or a stranger, that person can give you a very unbiased opinion or a very unbiased advice, which is not filtered about this situation. The next one that we have here is making plans. So if you've been through a really bad breakup, and if you have been really focused on your partner, and if you stop making plans for yourself, start making plans. Start trying to become the person who you were before you met this person. Start getting into your authentic, original identity, the kind of person that you were. Making plans is very, very important. You could make plans to take yourself out on a solo date. You could make plans to go for a spa treatment, or you could visit a place which is very special to you. You could do a session at a salon for your hair or skin. You could indulge in self-love. You could indulge in any such activity, any such plan which you have been wanting to make for a very long time. It could even be a holiday. You could make a holiday plan for yourself. The next one that I have here is getting a hobby. We all have hobbies. Some people, they like computers, some people like latest gadgets, some people like traveling, some people like to go for shopping, or they like to go for water sports, or they like to go for sports events, or any such activity. So getting a hobby is very, very important. And when we are in a relationship or a situationship, we tend to forget what our own likes and dislikes are. We tend to focus on the other person so much that we forget to do things that we've always loved to do. We forget to focus on our hobbies, focus on things which were always very, very joyful, entertaining and nice. So do get back on the track and continue pursuing your hobbies, whether it is learning music, whether it is playing guitar, whether it could be anything else which can lift your mood, listening to music, going for music concerts, it could be anything. The next one is, we all know we want to try dating again. So try dating people, new people. It could be on a dating app or it could be dating otherwise. So you can even try dating without using dating apps. So dating is very, very important. When you sometimes go through a very bad breakup, you kind of lose hope that you will ever find love again, or you will find the kind of partner, the kind of compatibility that you had with your partner, you'll find that kind of a person again. But if you start meeting people, if you start dating other people, you will be able to understand where you stand. You will be able to understand how many other good people are available out there and how many other good people want to be there for you. They want to show up for you. They value you as a person. So do not hesitate to date again. That way you understand your self-worth, you understand your value. So that is very, very important. The next one, working through it with a therapist. So as we discussed already in point number 1, that you can discuss things with your friend or with a therapist. But if your situation is really, really bad, and if it is really, really difficult for you to get over this breakup or to bounce back, do not hesitate to visit a therapist. Visiting a therapist can really, really help you. That can really, really make things a little more better, make things a little more easier for you, because then you have a coach which is which can be really helpful, somebody who can really guide you. So do consider that as an option, but make sure that you choose a good therapist. Make sure you choose somebody who's really experienced, and make sure that you take a couple of sessions with that person to see what is your comfort with that person, or how you feel, how do you feel after the therapy, how you are responding after the session. That is very, very important. The next one is a very important one. Stop texting your ex. Stop texting your ex partner or your ex lover. Sometimes you may get a very strong urge. Sometimes you may get a very strong feeling that you want to text the other person. You want to text your ex lover. Or sometimes if they are manifesting you, you will feel this very strong urge that you want to, if you block them, you would feel the urge that you want to unblock them. You would want to text that person, you would want to reach out to that person, but do not do that. If the other person reaches out to you, you can think whether you want to continue with that person or not. So keep that in mind. The next one, understand and know that it takes time to move on. So moving on takes time. So be kind to yourself, be compassionate to yourself, have faith in the universe, have faith in God's plan that whatever happens, happens for good. Whatever happens, happens for a reason. So understand that moving on takes time, and respect that. Be honor that. Be patient with yourself. Being patient with yourself is also very, very important. It's a part of the healing journey. The next one here is understand that your breakup might have been preparing you for something better. So understanding that because you had a breakup with this person, the universe may be preparing you for something better. Look at the bigger picture. Maybe the universe is going to bring somebody better into your life once you heal from this person, once you heal from the wounds, the pain, the suffering, the trauma that you got from this relationship or this situationship. Never forget what you learned. Never forget what lesson you learned from this situationship, from this relationship. Never forget what this person taught you. Never forget what hurt you, but never forget what it taught you, right? We've always heard this saying. So use different techniques to let go of the pain. Use different techniques to let go of the suffering, the trauma, the emotional pain, the breakup pain that you're going through or that you've been through. Your pain is your healing. Sometimes when we bear the pain, when we go through the pain, that is when our healing starts. You know, when you see that when you are shattered or when you go through a lot of pain, that is when you go through a very deep rabbit hole and you bounce back. In the darkness, you learn how to embrace light. In the darkness, you learn lessons which are very, very tough, which can help you evolve as a person. So do not forget that. I know it is very, very hard and difficult to understand this, but in the end, when you move on, everything will make sense. Everything will make sense, but make sure you do not repeat the lesson again. The next one, start exercising, running or doing yoga. So running, walking is a great exercise. It is a very natural form of exercise because we don't use any equipment, we don't use any artificial products. It's a very natural way of getting rid of your toxins. It is a very natural and a very good way to boost back your confidence, to feel better. So do yoga, do some kind of exercise on a daily basis or thrice a week, thrice or 4 times a week, and walking or running, whatever suits you, whatever is the situation, is a very, very good form of exercise which can help you. The next one, writing about it in a journal. So journaling is a very, very important step, whether you want to manifest something new or whether you want to release something. If you want to release something, I would suggest you write it on a piece of paper with a black pen and you burn it so that you release it, so that you let go of the negative emotions or whatever negativity you have inside you. You release it and you let go of it. But if you want to manifest something, if you want to manifest a person, if you want to manifest a partner, write in a journal. Write things that you want to manifest. Write qualities that you are looking for in a person. I just had to on the noise cancellation. I just forgot to do it. Yeah, so usually for a breakup, on an average, it takes around 6 to 8 weeks for the person to heal slowly, to come out of the breakup pain. In case of some people, it could take 3 to 6 months. That is like a standard time frame to develop the coping mechanism, to develop the coping strategies, because strategies are different for everyone. So It could take time, but make sure that you are receptive, make sure that you are ready to embrace new changes in your life. So, find a new source of joy. So, for some people, they like to keep pets. Your source of joy could be your pet. Some people like to get into spirituality, reading self help books. Reading uh, books can also help you. Chanting mantras is also very, very helpful. It can help you. So, we can talk about that topic, we can talk about that in a different video. So, chanting mantras also in the right way with the help of your guru, with the correct guidance from your guru, can help you. That can help you to clear your karmas. Once you clear your karmas, you start attracting abundance. You start attracting good things in your life. When you have good things in your life, when you vibrate at a higher frequency, you automatically start manifesting good people, you automatically start manifesting good things in your life. And whatever frequency you vibrate at is what you will manifest. So, finding joy could be having a walk in the park. Finding joy could be enjoying some me time with your family, with your siblings, with your friends, or learning something new, developing a new skill. That can also be something very joyful if you like to do that. The next one, making a list of things what you like about yourself. Now, this is a very, very important one, and this is most of the time, most of the times it's forgotten, it's overlooked. So, make a list of things which you like about yourself. When you see yourself in the mirror, praise yourself, appreciate the things that you like about yourself. Tell yourself in the mirror what all you like about yourself: your nose, your eyes, your hair, or your skin tone, or the way you talk. So, make a list about things which you like. If you like that you have been through so much but you are so strong, if you like that you are very resilient, if you like that you are very, very brave, you like that you are very, very, very strong and very assertive about the decisions that you take, if you feel that you are somebody, you have very good networking skills, so tell yourself whatever it is that you like about yourself, whatever it is that you appreciate about yourself. Allowing your emotions to flow, the next one. So never suppress what you feel. If you're feeling pain, let yourself feel that pain. If you're feeling sadness, let yourself feel sad for some time. You must not suppress the emotions that you're feeling, because suppressed emotions can cause other problems physically also. In your body, you can face some kind of health issues, you could face some kind of issues. So, never suppress what you feel or what you're going through. Acknowledge that you're feeling it, acknowledge that you are going through it, and try to find a solution. Try to do things or be around people who make you feel better. That is very, very important. The next one, turning your attention to others. So, in a relationship, we have given so much to the other person, and when we have not received, or the other person didn't take the initiative to give you, or the other person didn't take that initiative to really step up into their power or take action. Because if that person would have been the right person for you, they would have taken some kind of action, right? Because the person didn't do so, that can be really disappointing for you. So remove that person from your space and focus towards somebody else. Focus on yourself, focus on your career, give your attention to other people. It could be some kind of social groups, it could be your friend circle, it could be your family, it could be your pets, your pet or pets, it could be some kind of philanthropy activity that you like to do, anything like that. Do not uh, do not indulge too much in hating your ex or stalking them, or always kind of having like a negative thought pattern about them in your head. Even if they have done wrong to you, even if they did things which were not right at that time, just understand that this person, he his perspective and his behavior was based on his own level of emotional and mental maturity, and his consciousness and his own life experiences, his or her own life experiences. If a person is uh, if a person who lacks maturity, or who has a certain type of life experiences in his or her own journey, he or she is going to react or behave like that, right? So you must not take it personally, or you must not take it on you, the kind of things that they have said and done to you. Yes, you, if it is bothering you, if it has caused you pain, or if it is causing you constant trauma or pain, you do have a right to remove or discard this person from your life, and not take them back until and unless they rectify or correct their behavior. But if they continue to disrespect you or behave with you in a very, very ugly, disrespectful, toxic manner, then just remove them from your space, and acknowledge the fact that once upon a time there was something about you and this person, which is why you chose to be with them. There was something that you were getting in that relationship, some value, which is why you decided to be with that person. So having said that, just acknowledge this fact that you would take this as a learning lesson, and you would let this person go, because this person is no longer the kind of person you thought he or she is, or what they would be. So with this, I would like to sign out from this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.